Before your child turns 5, their brain will build more connections than at any other time in their life. More than any exam, any job interview, any future achievement. These early years shape everything. But here's the truth. Thriving by 5 isn't about being gifted. It's not about being perfect. It's about being nurtured. So if you've ever wondered, am I doing enough? Or felt overwhelmed by all the parenting advice out there, take a breath. Because today, we're going to walk through the simple, powerful ways every child can thrive by 5. No pressure, no perfection, just presence. Let's begin. Step 1. Build emotional safety from day 1. Why emotional safety is the soil where all growth begins. Before a child learns to speak, walk, or count, they learn how the world feels. Is it safe? Am I seen? Will someone come when I cry? These questions aren't asked with words. They're asked with every whimper, every reach, every gaze. And your response becomes their answer. Emotional safety is the invisible thread that holds everything together. It's what allows a child's brain to grow, their body to relax, and their spirit to explore. What emotional safety does to the brain. In the first 5 years, a child's brain is building millions of neural connections every second. But those connections don't form in chaos. They form in calm. When a child feels emotionally safe, their stress hormones stay low. Their prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for learning and decision-making, stays active. Their attachment system strengthens. Their ability to regulate emotions begins to develop. In short, emotional safety creates the conditions for growth. Without it, even the best toys, books, or lessons won't land. What emotional safety looks like in daily life. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. Here's how emotional safety shows up in everyday parenting. 1. Responsive caregiving. When your baby cries, you respond. When your toddler reaches for you, you hold them. When your child looks confused, you explain. This builds trust. It tells your child, you matter, I see you, I'll show up. 2. Gentle touch and eye contact. Holding, cuddling, stroking their hair, making eye contact while feeding or talking. These moments are more than sweet. They're regulating. They calm the nervous system and build secure attachment. 3. Predictable routines. Children thrive on rhythm. Knowing what comes next helps them feel safe. Simple routines like morning snuggles, bedtime stories, mealtime rituals create emotional anchors in their day. 4. Emotionally available presence. Being physically present is not enough. Children need emotional availability. That means listening without distraction, responding with empathy, being attuned to their emotional cues. Even 5 minutes of full presence can do more than an hour of multitasking. What to say to build emotional safety. Your words matter. Here are phrases that build emotional safety. I'm here. You're safe. It's okay to feel that way. I'll help you through this. You don't have to be perfect. I love you just as you are. These phrases become your child's inner voice, the one they'll hear when they're scared, unsure, or alone. What happens when emotional safety is missing? When emotional safety is missing, children may become more anxious or withdrawn, struggle with emotional regulation, have difficulty trusting others, show delayed cognitive or social development. This isn't about blame, it's about awareness. And the good news? Emotional safety can be rebuilt at any time. Every moment of connection is a chance to repair. Every hug, every "I'm sorry," every "I see you" is a step toward healing. Step 2. Support brain growth through play. Why play is the most important work of childhood. By age 5, a child's brain is 90% developed, but it doesn't grow through pressure, flashcards, or rigid routines. It grows through play. Play is how children explore the world, test ideas, build relationships, and regulate emotions. It's not a break from learning, it is learning. When a child plays, their brain lights up, neural pathways form, executive function strengthens, language expands, emotional intelligence deepens. Play is the language of childhood, and when we honor it, we give children the tools to thrive. What happens in the brain during play? Let's peek inside the brain, gently. During play, children activate multiple regions of the brain at once. The prefrontal cortex, planning, decision-making, impulse control. The hippocampus, memory and learning. The amygdala, emotional processing and regulation. The motor cortex, movement and coordination. This multi-system activation builds cognitive flexibility, emotional resilience, social awareness, problem-solving skills. Play is like a full-body workout for the brain. And the best part? Children don't even know they're exercising. Types of play that support brain development. Not all play is created equal. Here are the most nourishing forms of play for children under 5. 1. Open-ended play, toys without a fixed purpose. Blocks, dolls, art supplies, nature objects invite creativity. Children learn to make decisions, solve problems, explore cause and effect, build stories and meaning. This kind of play builds imagination and executive function. 2. Sensory play, water, sand, mud, rice, Play-Doh. These textures help children regulate their nervous systems. Sensory play supports emotional regulation, fine motor skills, focus and attention. Stress relief. It's especially helpful for children who are anxious, sensitive, or easily overwhelmed. 3. Movement play. Running, climbing, dancing, jumping. Movement is essential for brain-body integration. It builds coordination, spatial awareness, emotional release, confidence. Children who move freely tend to learn more easily and sleep more deeply. 4. Pretend play. Role-playing, dress-up, storytelling. Pretend play helps children process emotions and build empathy. It teaches perspective-taking, emotional expression, social negotiation, language development. Pretend play is how children rehearse real life, safely and creatively. 5. Shared play with a caregiver. Playing with a parent or caregiver builds attachment and trust. It strengthens connection, emotional safety, language and communication, co-regulation. Even 10 minutes of focused play can transform your child's mood and your bond. What to say during play. Your words during play matter. They shape your child's confidence, creativity, and emotional safety. Try, "I love watching you figure that out. You have such interesting ideas. Tell me about what you're building. You're working so hard on that." Avoid over-directing. "No, do it this way." Overpraising. "You're the best." Instead, praise effort and process. Interrupting with correction. Let play be messy and free. Your presence is the gift. Your curiosity is the invitation. What happens when play is missing? When play is replaced by pressure, children may become more anxious or rigid, struggle with emotional regulation, show delayed social or cognitive development, lose interest in learning. This isn't about guilt, it's about awareness. And the good news? It's never too late to bring play back. Even a few minutes a day can make a difference. Step 3. Nurture language. Through everyday moments, how words become bridges between you and your child. Before children speak fluently, they absorb everything. Every word you say, every tone you use, every pause, every smile, it all becomes part of their inner world. Language development isn't just about vocabulary, it's about connection. It's about helping your child feel understood, expressive, and emotionally safe. And the most powerful way to nurture language? Not through lessons, through life. What language does to the brain. When you speak to your child, you're literally building their brain. Language activates the temporal lobe, processing sound and meaning, the frontal lobe, speech production and emotional regulation, the limbic system, emotional memory and bonding. Children who are spoken to regularly develop stronger cognitive skills, build emotional intelligence, form secure attachments, learn to express needs and regulate emotions. And here's the magic. It doesn't matter how fancy your words are. It matters that they're warm, consistent, and responsive. Everyday moments that build language. You don't need a curriculum. You need presence. Here's how to turn daily life into a language-rich experience. 1. Narrate your day. Talk about what you're doing, even if it seems boring. Example: now I'm peeling the orange. It smells sweet. Want to feel the bumpy skin? We're putting on your shoes. One foot, then the other. Ready to go? This builds vocabulary, sequencing, and sensory awareness. 2. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of yes, no questions, ask ones that invite thought. Try. What do you think will happen next? How did that make you feel? What should we build today? This encourages storytelling, emotional expression, and critical thinking. 3. Read together daily. Even if your child doesn't sit still, keep reading. Books introduce new vocabulary, sentence structure, emotional themes, imaginative thinking. Let your child choose books. Let them interrupt. Let them ask questions. That's part of the magic. 4. Sing songs and tell stories. Music and rhythm help children remember language patterns. Try nursery rhymes, songs with hand motions, family stories. When you were a baby, you used to giggle every time the dog barked. Stories build identity. Songs build fluency. Both build connection. What to say to encourage language? Your tone matters as much as your words. Here are phrases that invite language and emotional safety. Tell me more. I love hearing your ideas. That's an interesting thought. What made you think of that? You're learning so many words. Avoid. Correcting too often. No, say it like this. Rushing. Let them finish their thought. Talking over them. Give space for their voice. Your child's words may be messy, but they're sacred. They're the beginning of self-expression. What happens when language is nurtured? Children who grow up in language-rich environments feel more confident, express emotions more clearly, build stronger relationships, thrive academically and socially, and most importantly, they feel heard. They feel known. They feel like their voice matters. Step 4. Teach emotional literacy early, helping children name, feel, and navigate their emotions. Imagine a child who can say, "I'm frustrated because my tower fell," instead of screaming or hitting. Or one who whispers, "I feel nervous about going to school," instead of clinging silently to your leg. That's emotional literacy. It's the ability to recognize, name, and express emotions in a healthy way. And it's one of the most powerful gifts you can give your child before age 5. Why emotional literacy matters. Children are born with emotions, but not with the tools to understand them. Without guidance, big feelings can feel scary, overwhelming, or shameful. When children learn emotional literacy, they regulate their behavior more easily, build empathy and social awareness, feel safer in their own bodies, communicate more clearly, develop stronger mental health over time. Emotional literacy is the foundation of emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence is what helps children thrive in relationships, school, and life. How to teach emotional literacy in daily life. You don't need a psychology degree. You just need to be emotionally present. Here's how to teach emotional literacy through everyday moments. 1. Name emotions out loud. Children learn by hearing you name what they're feeling. Try. You're feeling disappointed because the game ended. I see you're frustrated. It's hard when things don't work the way we want. You're excited. Your smile is so big. This helps them connect physical sensations to emotional language. 2. Use emotion charts and books. Visual tools make emotions easier to understand. Try charts with faces showing happy, sad, mad, scared, calm. Storybooks that explore feelings and how characters handle them. Drawing faces together and labeling emotions. These tools help children externalize and normalize their feelings. 3. Model your own emotions. Children learn emotional literacy by watching you. Say, I'm feeling overwhelmed, so I'm going to take a breath. I'm sad today, but I know it will pass. I'm proud of myself for staying calm. This teaches emotional honesty and self-regulation. 4. Validate their experience. Validation is the bridge between emotion and safety. Say, it's okay to feel mad. I'm here with you. You're allowed to cry. I'll hold you while you do. That was scary. I understand why you feel upset. Validation doesn't fix the feeling. It makes it safe to feel. What to say when emotions run high. Here are gentle phrases that help children feel seen and soothed. Let's take a breath together. I see you're having a big feeling. I'm here. You're safe. I won't let your feelings hurt anyone. Can you show me with your words what's happening inside? These phrases help children move from reaction to reflection. What happens when emotional literacy is missing? Without emotional literacy, children may act out instead of speak out, bottle up feelings until they explode, struggle with friendships and empathy, feel ashamed of their emotions. This isn't about blame, it's about awareness. And the good news? Emotional literacy can be taught at any age. Every moment of naming, validating, and modeling is a step toward healing. Step 5. Build secure attachment through connection. Why your presence is more powerful than your perfection. Before a child learns to trust the world, they learn to trust you. And that trust isn't built through lectures or rewards. It's built through connection. Secure attachment is the emotional glue that holds a child's development together. It's the sense that I matter. Someone will come when I need them. I'm safe, even when I'm upset. When children feel securely attached, they explore more confidently, regulate emotions more easily, form healthier relationships, handle stress with greater resilience. And here's the truth. You don't have to be perfect to build secure attachment. You just have to be consistent, attuned, and willing to repair when things go wrong. What secure attachment does to the brain. Secure attachment wires the brain for emotional regulation, stress resilience, empathy and social connection, self-worth and confidence. It strengthens the prefrontal cortex, calms the amygdala, and builds a strong foundation for lifelong mental health. Children who feel securely attached are more likely to thrive in school, relationships, and life, even when the world around them is unpredictable. How to build secure attachment in daily life. You don't need fancy tools, you need emotional presence. Here's how to build secure attachment through everyday connection. 1. Respond to their cues. When your child cries, reaches, or looks confused, respond. Even simple gestures like picking them up, making eye contact, saying, I see you. Tell your child, you're not alone. 2. Create rituals of connection. Rituals build emotional rhythm and safety. Try bedtime stories, morning snuggles, weekly just us outings, special phrases like, I love you always, even when you're mad. These rituals become emotional anchors. 3. Repair after conflict. You will lose your temper. You will make mistakes. That's okay. What matters is what you do next. Say, I got frustrated. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that tone. I love you. Let's hug and start again. Repair teaches children that love includes accountability, that relationships can bend without breaking. 4. Be emotionally available. Being physically present isn't enough. Children need emotional attunement. That means listening with your whole attention, noticing their emotional shifts, responding with empathy, not just logic. Even 5 minutes of full presence can transform your child's sense of safety. What to say to build secure attachment. Your words become your child's inner voice. Try. I'm here, no matter what. You're allowed to feel everything. I'll help you through this. You're safe with me. These phrases build trust, emotional safety, and lifelong resilience. What happens when attachment is secure? Children with secure attachment explore the world with confidence, return to you for comfort and regulation, develop empathy and emotional intelligence, form deeper, healthier relationships. They don't need you to fix everything. They need you to walk beside them. Step 6. Encourage independence with gentle boundaries. How to let go without losing connection. By age 5, children begin to crave independence. They want to pour their own juice, pick their own clothes, climb higher, run farther, and say, I can do it myself. This isn't defiance, it's development. Independence is how children build self-esteem, problem-solving skills, and emotional resilience. But independence without boundaries can feel chaotic, and boundaries without warmth can feel controlling. The goal is balance, letting go just enough to let them grow, while staying close enough to guide them. Why independence matters for brain and identity. When children are allowed to try, fail, and try again, their brains light up. Independence strengthens the prefrontal cortex, decision-making, impulse control; the motor cortex, coordination and movement; the limbic system, emotional regulation and self-trust. It also builds identity. Children begin to see themselves as capable, creative, and worthy of choice. And when boundaries are clear and kind, they feel safe, exploring that identity. How to encourage independence in daily life. You don't need to push, you just need to invite. Here's how to support independence with gentle boundaries. 1. Offer choices within limits. Choices build confidence, but too many can overwhelm. Try. Do you want the red shirt or the blue one? Would you like to brush teeth before or after pajamas? You can play inside or outside. What feels good right now? This gives your child agency while keeping structure. 2. Let them try and fail. Resist the urge to fix everything. Let them pour their own water, even if it spills. Zip their own coat, even if it takes forever. Solve their own puzzle, even if they get frustrated. Failure is not a threat, it's a teacher. And your calm presence during failure builds emotional resilience. 3. Set clear, loving boundaries. Boundaries are not punishments. They're safety rails. Say, I won't let you hit. Let's find another way to be mad. You can be upset, but you can't throw things. I hear you don't want to go to bed. It's okay to feel that way. It's still bedtime. Boundaries teach children that emotions are welcome, but behavior has limits. 4. Praise effort, not just success. Children thrive when their effort is seen. Say, you worked so hard on that. I love how you kept trying, even when it was tricky. You figured out a new way. That's creative. This builds a growth mindset and emotional grit. What to say to support independence. Your words shape your child's inner voice. Try. You're learning. I'm proud of you. It's okay to need help sometimes. You're figuring it out, and I'm right here. You're allowed to try your way. These phrases build self-trust and emotional safety. What happens when independence is supported? Children who are given space to grow develop stronger problem-solving skills, feel more confident and capable, handle frustration with more resilience, build a deeper sense of self-worth. They don't just follow rules, they understand them. They don't just seek approval, they seek growth. Step 7. Trust the process. Why your presence matters more than your perfection. You've fed them, held them, played with them, taught them, soothed them, and guided them. You've worried, you've wondered, you've whispered, "Am I doing enough?" And here's the truth. You are. Because thriving by 5 isn't a checklist, it's a rhythm, it's a relationship. It's a quiet unfolding of emotional safety, brain growth, language, resilience, connection, and independence. And it doesn't require perfection, it requires presence. What trust does for you and your child. When you trust the process, you parent with more calm and clarity, you respond instead of react. You model emotional regulation. You create space for your child to grow at their own pace, and your child learns, I don't have to rush. I'm allowed to grow slowly. I'm loved even when I struggle. This trust becomes their inner compass, the one they'll carry into school, friendships, and the unknowns of life. How to practice trust in daily life. Trust isn't passive, it's intentional. Here's how to embody it. 1. Let go of comparison. Your child doesn't need to match anyone else's timeline. Say, you're growing in your own way, and I love watching it. Every child blooms differently. 2. Celebrate small wins. Progress isn't always dramatic. It's the quiet moments. When they say, I'm mad instead of hitting. When they try again after failing. When they ask for help. These are signs of thriving. Honor them. 3. Slow down. Children don't need constant stimulation. They need space to wonder, rest, and explore. Create slow moments. Walks without agenda. Play without structure. Conversations without rushing. Slowness is where connection deepens. 4. Trust yourself, too. You are your child's safe place. You are enough. Say to yourself, I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be present. I'm learning alongside my child. My love is the most powerful tool I have. What thriving really means. Thriving isn't about being ahead. It's about being whole. A thriving child feels safe, feels seen, feels capable, feels loved, and a thriving parent feels grounded, feels connected, feels hopeful, even in uncertainty. Final reflection. You've walked through 7 powerful steps. Emotional safety, brain-building play, language-rich connection, emotional literacy, secure attachment, gentle independence, trust in the process. And through it all, you've planted seeds. Seeds of resilience, seeds of confidence, seeds of love. So take a breath. You're not just raising a child, you're raising a future, and your presence is the soil where everything grows. Thank you for walking this journey with us. If this message spoke to your heart, I invite you to stay close to Seeds of Tomorrow, where parenting meets emotional wisdom. And every post is a quiet step toward raising resilient, wholehearted children. Together, we're not just shaping early years, we're shaping lifelong strength. See you in the next video.